right, it's another Super Bowl weekend, and of course we're in New Orleans. And just like last year, I'm joined by El Presidente Dave Portnoy. You know, last year we were in our infancy. We were just starting Frank Walks. Now, 40 episodes later, we're going strong. We're getting walks all the time. And thank you for joining on another walk.
Of course.
We're hydrated by BodyArmor. You know, BodyArmor really does. He's good for the walks. You can get him at 7-Eleven. You can find Walmart or your local grocery store.
Frank Walks, it's time for Frank Walks. Frank talks while Frank walks. It's time for Frank Walks.
Looking good too, Frank. How many pounds are we down from the last walk?
I'm down to 314.
And what were you? Do you remember? What was it a year ago?
Well, I was probably about 350 around last year this time. I mean, I was 383 when I started in September of 2023.
It's like a whole new man, lost a whole person.
Yeah. Well, at my heaviest in 2016 or 2015, 2016, I was like 520.
Oof. It's literally two people. You lost two me's.
I mean,
it's great.
2 weeks and three spiders.
It's great. It's great. Inspiring a lot of people too. It's great.
It's great. I got like Don, who this guy's battling cancer. We got Aaron. We got the guy Dan, I think it is, from Milwaukee. These guys are like people I've met who said that they are really inspired. This guy Aaron was having like heart trouble. Now his heart's doing much better because he's walking. He's like following my walks and trying to walk alongside me.
I love that. Do you feel much better?
Yes, I do.
Good. That's great. That's the most important part.
And this is the toughest time of year to walk, let me tell you.
In New York, you're talking because of the weather?
Oh, yeah.
Brutal. I don't deal with that anymore. I'm a snowbird.
Well, that's where the tax havens help.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
I mean, it's brutal. This has been a cold winter, too, so far.
So you catch a little nice weather here, at least.
Oh, yeah, it's nice.
Are you a fan of New Orleans?
First time I've ever been in New Orleans.
Oh, we just had a crash there with Mikey Betts into the porta potty.
We got the,
This is your first trip to New Orleans?
Yeah, never been to New Orleans.
Huh.
Been to Shreveport, but not New Orleans.
What are your thoughts so far?
I like the architecture.
Yeah, very old, cool. I'm not a big Bourbon Street guy, but I like the surrounding parts a lot.
It's basically like Times Square, New York.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly right.
It's
the last place you want to be.
Yeah. So we got the Super Bowl coming up this week.
Yep.
Of course, Chiefs, Eagles, and everyone's got Chiefs fatigue.
I don't have Chiefs fatigue. I maybe because I come from the Patriots world. I mean, they're great. I can give them their flowers. This is to me a really compelling game. A rematch when they played the other time. Mahomes going. I mean, how can you get? I don't know how anyone can get fatigued if somebody's going for something that's never been done in the history of the league, which is the three-peat.
I think a lot of it has to do with the officiating and the bad calls.
Yeah.
I think if the Chiefs won every game without question, and there was no like calls that are just like wrong, I don't think they'd have the same fatigue.
I could see that. And listen, I bet $1 million on the Bills to win the Super Bowl, so that was horrible. But then after reflection and calming down for a minute, on a QB sneak, you should never leave it that close to begin with. So, I don't know. I think this restaurant, by the way, I got to try this at some point. I feel like this is a real deal. They got a lot of cool looking restaurants.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know why that one sticks out in our area where we're staying. There's so much around here. Starting to get real busy for the Super Bowl, too. You can tell it's picking up.
Now, what do we have going on this weekend that fans could tune into on Sunday?
When is this thing airing? Is this
Friday?
Friday, all right. So, Friday's we start winding down. We've been doing daily radio this week. But most of our people head out of town on Saturday. I'm going to be here, I think, till Sunday morning. But But we really wind down by the time this airs.
Are we getting a nice stream this year with?
For the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah, they're going to be in Chicago. I think I'll be back in Miami for it. But yeah, the crew's going to head to Chicago, and they'll be doing a stream for it.
I mean, what a coup getting John Gruden.
John Gruden is one of our best hires we ever had. I've seen so many people, like this morning, Dan and I just wake up and we're, chopping it up, talking Johnny Manziel. He bought me a fake Caitlin Clark jersey.
Yeah,
which he
saw that.
He didn't realize. Did you know that was fake right away?
I didn't know it was fake right away.
Yeah, so I'm a super fan. I didn't know either. I actually texted her. I was like, hey, what number did you wear in high school? She's like, I wore 11. Everyone thinks I wore 22. And there are a couple photos floating around. She must have wore a practice jersey 22. I don't know why she didn't wear 22 in the game, but yeah, it was a fake. I almost embarrassed myself. Being the number 1 Caitlin Clark fan would have been a tough look.
Well, I got my jersey collection. I got all sorts of jerseys in my closet there. And I don't care if they're like knockoff or anything, as long as they're real and look real.
Well, you wouldn't want the wrong number.
No, we don't want the wrong number.
Yeah, I don't care if it's a fake jersey. Like, I don't care if it's not the authentic, but I need it to be the actual. You can't have 22 on her high school jersey when she wore 11. That can't happen. You probably like this story. You could call out all the fakes or all the wrong numbers. I don't know where he got it from.
Well, John Gruden, his heart's in the right place. I've been talking to him. We're going to try to get some card content.
He loves you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said you guys are going to get a table.
Yeah, the sports card convention in Chicago.
That'll
this year.
be unbelievable.
That's going to be.
He said he has an unbelievable collection.
Yeah.
Are you a card guy?
Yes, I am. I'm cataloging my cards now. My goal is I'm going to try to collect every net team set ever for Topps.
Yep.
And I got the big 2 recently. I got Nolan Ryan rookie and a Tom Seaver rookie. So
How'd you get those?
I bought them off eBay.
How much do those cost?
It cost me about $700 each, and they're not in great shape. They're not like perfectly mint. I just wanted them.
I thought a Nolan Ryan rookie was way more than that.
No, well, it's not. It's a 2.
Got it. Because Topps didn't have the original or something.
No, it's conditioned. It's got like.
Oh,
crease
2
in
out
the
of a
corner.
10, you mean?
Yeah. So, I don't care.
How
about
much
the
does
condition. A mint one's probably like $10,000, $20,000.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going after them. I want personal.
Right,
I want
get
the
it.
card.
You know what? One of my worst investments I've ever had. Gregg Jefferies rookie card.
Oh!
I loaded up on Gregg Jefferies. He was supposed to be the next big thing.
Yeah, I was 13 years old. He's a
Future star, right? He's in his crouch.
Yeah.
I must have had 1,000 of those.
He's the guy that broke the Mets up. He's the Yoko Ono of the Mets.
What happened to him?
Well, what happened?
look at this guy.
basically,
Hey, what a cutie pie.
What basically happened was they brought him up at the end of the '88 season, and he had a good season, but he came in thinking that his shit didn't stink. Like Keith Hernandez grabbed one of his bats and he's like, "Don't touch my bats." And Keith Hernandez is the captain. So
Jeffrey said that to Keith Hernandez?
Yes.
That's crazy.
So he caused a lot of friction in the locker room. He also was like telling the team management what players were stepping on their wives. He basically said that Lenny Dykstra's using steroids, and he was like narking these players to management. That's why he traded. And Dykstra hated him. That's why the Mets traded Dykstra.
Huh.
So everyone on the Mets, like Dykstra, didn't like him. So he caused like friction in the clubhouse.
That's crazy.
And he didn't live up to the expectations. Fans started booing.
He was supposed to be the next big thing.
Yeah. He read those press clippings and he thought he was the next big thing.
Where'd he go from the Mets?
They traded him to the Royals for Brett Saberhagen.
Oh, that was a good
in
trade for the
1991.
Mets.
Yeah, Saberhagen actually, even though the Mets were a disaster, Saberhagen had some good years with the Mets.
And nothing ever became a Gregg Jefferies.
Yeah, like maybe one All-Star appearance with the Cardinals or something like that. He bounced around Royals, Cardinals, Phillies.
He made an All-Star team?
Yep.
Wow, I didn't know
A
that.
couple of years after, but he was never anywhere close than what he was expected
He
to be.
was in my era. Yeah, I'm going to go through Gregg Jefferies. These are the cards. Ricky Jordan, Todd Van Poppel. Those are 3 big. Like if you had those, you were flexing pretty hard with your card collection back in the day.
Here's another thing you didn't know about Gregg Jefferies. '88, the Orioles were terrible. they fire Cal Ripken Sr. as manager.
Fuckface on the bat.
Yep, that was Billy
Era
Ripken.
card, Billy Ripken.
I got that.
You do have that card?
Yes, I do.
Is that still worth a lot?
It's worth like $40. So anyway, the Orioles were close to trading Cal Ripken Jr. And the Mets refused to part with Gregg Jefferies in a Ripken trade.
I did not know that.
Yep.
It's funny.
It was like you know how they
You
had
don't
to
see
trade.
many of those shirts, huh?
You know how they have the trade deadline rumors come out?
Yeah.
That was the hot rumor going into the trade deadline that the Mets were trying to get Ripken, and basically they just couldn't. They didn't want to part with Jefferies.
Crazy. I invested a lot in Juan Gonzalez cards, Phil Plantier cards. Card market kind of tanked. I had Canseco with the Eric Plunk rookie, the Fleer.
They overproduced. That's what they call it, the junk wax era.
Yeah.
They overproduced. You know, cards that were even shot up in value have come down because of just the overproduction of it. Like Don Mattingly cards,
Yeah.
which were highly valuable. It just was an overproduced era, and it's called the junk wax era for a reason.
What's your most valuable card?
It might be the Nolan Ryan rookie.
Even though it's in bad shape.
Yeah, even though it's not in great
Yeah.
shape. Seaver rookie's also pretty valuable. I got the Griffey upper deck.
Oh, that's worth more than those.
Yeah, it probably is if I get it graded.
Yeah.
Probably is if I get it graded.
I had the Griffey. That's the era. I love cards. We used to, my friends and I would have like what we call Trade Fest, where we'd all come sit in my basement with our cards, sit there for 7 hours. Not one trade was ever made. No trades.
Love you, Frank.
Thanks.
No trades ever made.
So now that the Super Bowl is going to be wrapping up, what's coming in the next few months that the fans can get look forward to?
Obviously, we go from the Super Bowl to the next big event will be March Madness. Then the Masters. We have some golf stuff coming up. We follow the sports calendar to a degree. You know.
Well, the sports calendar I've always figured is this. It's a New Year's Day for the sports calendar is the day after the Super Bowl. It's like 2024 ends with the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, right. And then the next thing's March Madness, then the Masters, then opening day. Then you're kind of in the dog days of summer a little bit. NBA Finals. But yeah, we have a lot of that coming up.
How about that stupid Mavericks trade? I don't know what the Dallas Mavericks are thinking.
Stunning. But it's weird because I don't consider myself an NBA savant, but everything I'm reading is also saying like the pieces are so awkward for the Lakers, like that, like they're not good. They don't have a rim protector now. So people are like they're giving up on their season. I'm seeing. I don't know. It's a crazy trade.
I've heard things that basically LeBron might not be on the block.
Yes.
Because the Lakers, this trade wasn't to get LeBron
right.
a
I've
second
heard
guy.
that
This
too.
was to make. We're getting Luka, and we're going to build around Luka.
Correct. Well, because again, you can't have no rim protectors. You can't just have. And for the thing with Dallas, they already had good centers. I don't know. I mean, Luka took him to the title game last year. Got smoked. The Celtics exposed him on defense, but he was also tired and hurt. I think they just hate Luka, and his contract was up. So you always criticize teams. It's like, well, if you're not going to be able to re-sign the guy, why are you keeping him and not getting anything back? So maybe they just didn't think they could. But why you wouldn't shop him is crazy.
Yeah, I would think they could get more.
Yeah, that's Terry. That was.
That's the part that's confusing because Davis. I mean, he's a good player, but he has his injury issues.
Yeah.
He misses 20, 30 games a year. He's not like Joel Embiid.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like the GM said, time will tell if he's telling if he's right or wrong. So I read something. This guy, the GM, was also the guy who cost Steph Curry, right?
Yeah.
What was it? Nike?
I forgot what it was, but it was like a bad shoe deal or something like that.
Yeah, he mispronounced his name in the meeting.
Yeah, spelled it incorrectly.
Yeah.
Spelled it Steven.
Yeah, listen, balls on the table move to make that trade, but we'll see. I mean, I can't imagine it working out. I mean, Luka's spectacular, and he's like an international superstar. It's just crazy.
Well, it's like Dallas is just in tatters right now.
They lost by like 40 the first game after.
And it just caught everyone by surprise. Like even like the players.
And it was like I was asleep. I woke up to it.
Yeah, I was just about to go to bed, and I just saw the trade come across the way. I was like, what?
Yeah, wild. People thought it was fake at first.
I mean, it's a trade that that the Mavericks are going to regret for years.
You'd think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, doubly, because if they're wrong, it's like it's rare where you make a trade and everyone's like, they just got screwed. And everyone in real time is like, what a horrible trade. So we'll see.
I don't think Anthony Davis is anywhere near the player that Luka is, and he's older too. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't understand, especially with the Mavericks, because when you say, well, he didn't play defense, this and that, they actually have a blueprint of, I don't want to say similar, a different position, but Dirk wasn't exactly a lockdown defender, and they won a title with him.
No, he wasn't. You know what it is? It's where you bring the snake in the house. And we're talking about Kyrie Irving.
I agree with you on that, Frank.
Where you bring the snake in the house, bad things happen.
It's just a matter of time till the team's destroyed one way or the other.
I mean, the Celtics were smart enough to get rid of him and realized they were better off without him.
And it wasn't even our choice. He didn't want to stay. And now we're like 18-1, 19-1 against him or something. They won that one playoff game. That's it.
You get a playoff game. I think the Celtics lost just to be nice and so they could clinch the title at home.
I flew to Dallas for that game. It was over by halftime.
I think the Celtics went in there and said, "Do we really want to celebrate in Dallas, or do we want to go home and celebrate in Boston?"
I'd agree with that.
I've seen that happen a lot of times.
Yeah, I think the Celtics are going to win again this year. I think they're by far the best team still.
I think they're basically like jogging right now.
They are. They beat Cleveland. I don't know what the final is. They were beating them by 100 yesterday.
But I think they're jogging right now. I don't believe in the Cavs.
No, me neither.
The only team I think that could give the Celtics a hard time, and that's if they're fully healthy and Mitchell Robinson gets, and maybe they add another piece, is the Knicks. I think that's the only team that could really, if the cards fall right, could challenge the Celtics in the East. And the West, I don't trust anyone in the West against the Celtics. Maybe the Thunder.
Thunder, a good young team. I don't see them. But Celtics, I think, will be better than they were the year before. They're just so deep, so talented, so loaded. No weaknesses. Zero.
Yeah, I could see them repeating. Of course, we got Mikey here today.
Mikey Betts.
Yeah. Did a good job on camera today. And
It's a tough role to do the walk back.
And Jenks is back in New York, mitigating budget. And trying to get more things. That's why he's not here.
All right.
But
we're all wearing our logoed shirts here. You get the Frank, I get Darth Vader, Sandler.
Well, if you watch new Star Wars movies, you see the Emperor is right.
But what do you mean by that?
Oh, just how bad the New Republic was.
Oh, I watch everything Star Wars. I was watching the Disney show Skeleton Crew. I watch everything.
I haven't got to that yet.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I hear that.
A little kiddish, a little Goonies.
Yeah.
One of the characters I didn't love, but overall, pretty good show. I love Mandalorian, Andor. I love all of it. And I actually am probably in the minority. I think for the most part, the new Star Wars are pretty good.
I don't like them.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. I like them.
I
love Rey. I think she's great.
I didn't say that. She wasn't the problem. I think it went off the rails kind of in Last Jedi, and then they tried to fix it in Rise of Skywalker, and they kind of made it like, I don't think they had a cohesive plan going in.
I mean, I thought the middle ones, like when they first brought it back, with Hayden Christensen, those I thought were terrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't like those.
I like Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, see, I didn't. Interesting.
Well,
you like Darth Maul?
Yep.
I hated him.
You know who ended up becoming my favorite character? Emperor Palpatine. He ended
Interesting.
up becoming my favorite character. Just how just like he just manipulated everyone and nobody saw it.
Interesting. I mean, I always like him.
I mean, he's just how cool he played it. Like he was like 4 steps ahead of everyone, like Bill Belichick.
Well, that's a good comparison. We always make those videos.
Yeah, Bill Belichick had the hood up.
Yeah, and we make Star Wars like the Imperial March with Belichick on it because that's how they treated him.
You know,
where are we going? A meth hospital here? Is that where you're taking us?
Now, of course, you're popular, but you know who's more popular than you? Your 2 dogs, Peaches and Pete.
Yeah, they've taken the world by storm. So Miss Peach's anniversary is Valentine's Day, so it's coming up. It's next week. So we got a big celebration planned for her. But yeah, it's people love them. People love dogs, and I hit home runs with both of them. Pete's a little bit nuts, but
well, it's a beagle, and boy dogs are a little crazier. Female dogs are a little more docile. Boy dogs just want to jump around and want to do everything.
Yeah, so keeps Peaches on her toes, keeps her young. And someone said it right, like Peaches is my dog and Pete's Peaches' dog. So, but they're best friends, and I can't imagine really not having them, but they've been great.
And of course, they're both rescues.
They're both rescues, same rescue, Lifeline Animal Shelter in Atlanta, Georgia. So we found them both. I saw a picture of Pete just on like one of the adoption day, and I just fell in love with him. So yeah, it's a great story, and we're trying to be pretty active using them to encourage people, if you're going to get a dog, to adopt instead of shopping, because there's so many great dogs in shelters. It's heartbreaking, really.
Yeah.
And people just adopt instead of buying, and you clean the shelters out. You know, it's overbreeding. There's a lot of scumbags out there in the world.
The puppy mills.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't give a shit. Like, that's what happened with Peaches. She was bred, and they just throw her in the trash when she's done because she was a mama and had the litters. She couldn't do more litters, and basically they have no use for the dog anymore. And Miss Peaches is literally the sweetest angel in the world. How anybody could be mean to that dog? You deserve the 7th layer of hell.
Yeah, the people that abuse dogs, like,
it's brutal.
ridiculous.
Brutal. So I'll never forgive Michael Vick, ever.
Yeah. I mean, and he was so stupid.
Yeah,
and he flushed it all down the toilet.
Yeah. I mean, I guess his defense, if you grow up and you don't know anything different, but still, I don't know how you look at a dog and not know anything different.
Well, anything else you want to?
No, it's been a great run.
And
great run for you.
Yep, we're looking to get more this year. We got coming up soon. We're walking with them today, actually, but we're going to be dropping a lot of episodes, and we got like a 24 episode sponsorship from BodyArmor, of course.
I love that.
And they always do a good job for us, and we're trying to get more sponsors. Hopefully, we can get more
Who's
sponsors.
on that BodyArmor?
Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, I thought it was a Raiders uniform. That's why I was confused.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey.
Got it. Oh yeah, MCM. Well, I'm proud of you, Frank. You turned this into quite a thing.
Oh, thanks a lot, and thanks again for taking some time to walk with us. And
yeah, of course.
Look forward to what we can do next year and beyond.
We'll make it an annual tradition, the Super Bowl walk.
Yes.
I love it.
Where's the next year? I think it's in
I don't know where it is.
Isn't it Santa Clara? I think it might be Santa Clara next year.
I like when they don't go West Coast. I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Frank.
Thanks.
Good seeing you.
All right.